Greetings, everyone. Have you ever felt like I wish I had someone I could talk to? Someone I could just show my truth and reveal what I'm going through? And I'm sure many of you would say, yes, there are times when I'm going through stuff, and I wish there was someone I could trust enough to share this story with. But sometimes on your own, you're going to just have to cope with this thing by yourself. We're talking about healing. And I want to say to you that when it comes to healing, it's a lifelong process. And there are times when you feel you have conquered, hurt or pain or suffering in any form. And then it shows up for you again. And during these times, you feel helpless and you're scared to really tell people the truth about how you're feeling. I'm going to say to you here that don't expect everyone to understand your process, because there are times when you share with folks how you're feeling and it becomes a weapon against you. And there are times when, you just say, I just don't care. I'm going to just release myself from this. And it works. And you do it with strangers because sometimes that's where you find comfort. You're on the train and you just start sharing your heart to a complete stranger, because if you don't, you explode. You have to do what is important for you to get over whatever it is that you're trying to get over. Although I'm going to say, don't try to get over anything. Try to understand where you're at. Because until you understand where you're at and you're able to process why you're going through these things, then you cannot find healing. Sometimes I take a look, because it's very important to take a peripheral look at your own life, to examine the things in your life that you're happy with and the things that you're not happy with. And as human beings, we're all discontented at one point or the other. We're dissatisfied about certain things. And although we recognize the blessings in our lives, there's always, you know, something working behind the scenes, whether it be physical or spiritual, that tamper with your temporary happiness. Because the truth is, happiness is from within, and it is the decision that you make that today I'm going to be happy. But at the same time, there are things that will happen to you, whether past or present or future, that will temper that happiness for a moment if you're not in the right mind space and if you're not surrounded by the right people. We do need people in our lives. We're not made to be isolated. We are social beings or social creatures. And you recognize the people who have come in your life that have been a blessing, those you can share your truth with. But it's not easy. It's not easy to find people who understand you or even try to. You will find people who even mean well, and they will try to tell you to move along from where you're at. It's very easy for someone to say, get over that or move away from it now because it's best, this or that is best for you. But you have to go through the process, and sometimes it looks different for different people. And so when you're dissatisfied with any area of your life, understand that, the process requires you to sometimes take some time to yourself to reflect. And there are things that we carry with us that we can let go. For example, the idea that if you don't have this amount of money in the bank, or if you don't live in this kind of home, or you don't have this kind of career, that means that you're not successful. And it's this burden that society put upon us that make us feel worst about the unfortunate events in our lives. A lot of people are able to put on a facade. And when you see that facade, it makes you question yourself and make you go out and you ask your creator, What about me? When is it going to be my time? When am I going to be next in line? And when those questions are asked, when you ask yourself those questions, it is so heartbreaking. It makes you so sad. It makes you depressed. And not everyone is going to admit that they go through this from time to time. Not everyone is going to be comfortable in sharing with you that, I feel insecure, or I feel a little bit jealous because I see so many good things happening for other persons and I'm always down here, right here in the dirt. Because you feel like, when am I going to get out of this? You live in some neighborhoods, when you look around, everybody is depressed. Everybody's life is the same old story. Hand at the cheek, looking depressed, fighting with partners or children or co-workers or members of the society. And you watch and you're thinking, this is unfair. You look and you see some very wicked people, and they seem to be thriving. And you're like, I'm a good person. I'm kind. I'm loving. I'm generous. And nobody even wants to see you or hear you. And then you see others that within yourself, they're not good. They're unkind. They're arrogant. And you see them prospering. And you're saying to yourself, you're measuring yourself against these ones. And you're saying, when is it time? When will I receive my blessing? When will I be free from this hurt? It takes time. And in some cases, there's some things that will never go away. And you'll always be in that position where you're questioning the universe to say, why? Why did this happen to me? Or why does this continue to happen to me? And now I know we have power to take back our life, to be in control. But when you're going through the process, folks are not going to understand it. They'll always give you a quick solution of what you need to do, how you're supposed to think. And sometimes you're not there yet. Sometimes the ones who are teaching you have had those same experiences. And I might not be where you're at. The only thing I can say to you is I understand what you're going through. I've been there. And it took years. And sometimes you want to fix the thing right away for the other person because healing is coming and that there's a better tomorrow. But even so, allow people to take their time and allow yourself to take the time to heal. I sometimes wish I didn't have to repeat these topics so much, but it is what it is. People are still going through this every day. And you might be happy today, but you don't know when you need this message tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest with you. There are times when I want to just stop giving these messages and just leave them alone. And, because if I look at what is in front of me, I'll think nobody wants to hear this. Nobody cares. Keep your opinions to yourself. But if I feel it myself or I go through some of these things myself, then I have to believe that there are others who feel it too and understand it too. And some folks might not want to hear it. They'll say, oh, Jenny, she's either angry or she's just, going back to the same old topic. I can't help it. That's just what I have to offer right now. And unfortunately, it might not produce the kind of result that some people would get, but I'm more interested in healing people, in sharing love. And if it means that one person today needed this message, it was worth it. Because I have my struggles and I have my moment when I have to go back and rework my mind to put it in a positive place. Because as a human being, you get to those places where you get tired. You're so tired, you just want some moment of peace, and you want to be happy and you want to feel free and loved. And, when you're not getting these things sometimes freely, it makes you go back into yourself and you question, why did God allow this to happen to me? Or why is this always happening to me? You ask those questions. I'm just going to say, hold strong, understand that all process has its time and It's only a matter of time before you find peace if you work or move towards it. So on this beautiful Sunday or Monday, wherever you are in the world, I wish you all the best. Have peace and love and joy in your heart and stay positive.